Games happened on Tuesday, January 11th. We have 6 games. Let's just jump right into it. The first game is Oklahoma City Thunder lost to the Wizards at home. Well, away at DC. The big news this game is Bradley Beal got into the COVID protocol again. He just got out of it literally 2 weeks ago. So I guess that's a warning sign for all of us that if you got COVID, you come out, you could get it again. If you are obviously it's different for everybody, but for Bradley Beal, he caught it again, which is crazy. I don't know if he got it again last year as well. So I don't know what's he been doing outside of games. He's a family man. I think he's already married with kids. But yeah, that's obviously not great. But last time he came back pretty quickly, so probably out for like 6-7 days maximum. I don't know. For Oklahoma City Thunder, Shea played a good bounce back game. He played fairly poor, scoring wise. But last game I remember he had like 1 steal and 2 blocks with 6 assists. This game no defensive stats, but everything else is really really good against a bad defensive Wizards team. So good bounce back. Josh Giddey also been playing well. Counting stat wise, very very solid. The problem with him is the efficiency, and I don't really expect his efficiency to improve. But counting stat, he could get better and better. Jimmy Robertson Earl had a great game last time around. Didn't really do so well. And Aaron Wiggins, who's been getting 30 plus minutes, the past couple of games, this game he only played 18, so we could, if you were gonna stream him, we think we could forget about that. And Lou Dort played okay, still 43% from the field, but 17 points, 2 threes. He's gonna take a bunch of shots. He's gonna get his. He's a guy to have, but you gotta pound field goal or worry about your field goal with him. And Darius Bazley, a good game, man. He played 30 minutes as well this game, so he's been coming off the bench. I think it's a better fit for him, and he's only taking 7 shots. Beginning of the season, he was taking 13, 14. 7 shots is good. This is where he needs to be. The amount of shots. Just take open shots, good open shots, and yeah, good. And you could definitely stream this guy at this point for some defensive stats, specifically the blocks. For the Washington Wizards, without Beal, Spencer Dinwiddie's gonna have a great week. I'm gonna try really hard to sell him. In category leagues, I think we know his flaws, right? Not a lot of threes, bad efficiency, and not a lot of defensive stats. He got 2 steals here. 10 assists is obviously really, really good. He's gonna provide some solid assist numbers, and with Beal out points. But I'm looking to trade him. KCP with Beal out should get a bit usage boost. Had 2 blocks here. He's a guy we could always stream for some threes and for some deep. He gets some defense. He's a pretty big guard, so he can give some blocks as well. And obviously steals. Daniel Gafford, try to sell high on this guy. Now that Harrell is back, also they're gonna get Thomas Bryant back. So that's 3 centers. I don't know if any of them are gonna get some backup power forward minutes. That would be kind of weird to have 2 of Daniel Gafford, Montrezl Harrell, and Thomas Bryant on the court. Harrell and Bryant, they are now known for their defense. So in no way you could have 2 of them there. Maybe I can see a situation Daniel and Gafford with somebody, but again, if that's the case, nobody can shoot, so the spacing is gonna be kind of messed up. So Daniel Gafford is a sell high, but even if he just get 20, he's gonna start. Even if he just get 23 minutes a night, 24 minutes a night in category leagues, he needs to be rostered. Still, he's gonna be like a Mitchell Robinson type of player, and no less no well. Kyle Kuzma, he's not for everybody though. If you don't need the blocks, try to sell him. But most teams do need blocks. Kyle Kuzma, 29 points, continues to play super, super well, but bad from the free throw. Counting stat, he's been pretty solid. It's just the efficiencies. Obviously, a sell high if you can. All right, let's go to the next game. The Phoenix Suns beat the Toronto Raptors. This was a hard-fought game. And the Raptors, they won 6 straight. Fred VanVleet, this game actually didn't score 30 points, but Suns did it, and it was a funny clip where Devin Booker was complaining about the mascot. distracting him, and the security basically, the referees or the security basically told the mascot to chill. That's kind of funny. I don't know, like that's the point of having a home court advantage, is that you could have fans, or you could have some outside factors impacting the game. But that aside, Chris Paul played super well. 15 points, 5 steals. We had a lot of turnovers. Siakam, yeah. 5 steals is really good. Chris Paul just doing it at this crazy age. 12 assists, 15 points. But again, he's mainly just a 2-category guy. And if even with Chris Paul, you're not winning assists, maybe try to make a trade to get multiple categories back. Or even with him, you're still losing steals. Also try to trade. I mean, obviously steals is very high variance. Even if you have like a lot of steals, it's not guaranteed you're gonna win every week. But Chris Paul is super good. A plus 16, while Devin Booker was a -1. Devin Booker, he has not been playing well. Still a top 50 player. The lack of defense is hurting him. But the last 2 weeks, 74th, so not horrible. But yeah, I feel like he could do better. DeAndre Ayton, if Jamal McGee comes in and play 20 minutes, he'll have put up better numbers than DeAndre Ayton or the young gun Jalen Smith, who's played 17 minutes. Like the other two centers put up big numbers. DeAndre Ayton, the reason is he just doesn't block shots, right? Everything else is okay for a center, really good field goal and rebounds, but just doesn't block shot, and very efficient as well. Jay Crowder, huge game, 2 steals, 19 points, 5 threes. Cameron Johnson is out. If I got Cameron Johnson, I'm just gonna hold him for one more game to see. Well, he's obviously out this game, to see what the minutes look like. If he can still get 30 minutes, you could still have this guy. Provide very good efficiency, 3 points, and a little bit defensive stats. But Jay Crowder this game great, and Mikal Bridges played huge minutes again, 40 minutes, but just not doing much whenever he plays. Pretty disappointing. Next year I don't think I want to draft this guy unless I'm building out a super efficient team, and even that I want more defensive stats. If you got an efficient team, you're gonna try to win threes and defensive stats, because assists obviously, unless you get Chris Paul, right? All the other big assist guys got a bunch of turnovers. But yeah, he's not a guy that I want to really take early in the draft, at least. Maybe not until the 80th or 90th pick. He's been very healthy all year. Same thing with last year. Doesn't really miss any games. But whenever he plays, the production is really suspect. For the Toronto Raptors, they had a few guys out. Gary Trent Jr. was out this game, so Watanabe started. They also have Scotty Barnes out. So this Raptor squad, they can never be healthy at once. And as a result, Fred VanVleet played 44 minutes. Not the best game. 5 assists and 2 steals, 21 points, and 4 threes, but he's been super good. And if you're gonna play him 44 minutes, don't expect him to have crazy productions, because even though he's young and a little guard, he's still gonna run on the gas. OG also played high minutes. Efficiency is not great, but still hit 4 threes, 25 points. It's okay. An okay game from OG. I think if I can get OG back for a top 30 player where his ranking is, I would do it. Get a guy that's maybe tenable over a more counting stat. That's something I'll be looking to do. But obviously, if you got an efficient team, you could have OG, because he doesn't really tenable over, and he's fairly efficient. 3 for 6 from the free throw line shouldn't happen all that often. He should be around 80% on the season. OG is the 38th ranked player. Probably ranking wise, that's where he would be. Yeah, 44% from the field is a bit low for OG, but he actually takes a lot of threes, and he doesn't really take that many shots around the rim. So probably top 40 player ranking wise. But like if you can get a Jaren Jackson Jr., I think that's just something you would, you would do it in category leagues, or you could get like Devin Booker. Those trades. They're obviously they're obviously very different players in category leagues. Averaging which is 1.6 turnovers. So yeah. We talk about family. Cam Birch, not really. And oh yeah, this game. Chris Boucher came off the bench, played 37 minutes. Every single year he finds a way. And this game he actually played really well. Had 9 offensive rebounds and 3 blocks. Just keep riding it. Keep riding it. I don't think anybody in your league is gonna trade for him. So if you got him, just ride it out. But every year he does this. Coming into the season, doesn't get any minutes, and always somebody get hurt. It's constantly somebody's hurt on this Raptors squad, and he just keep finding minutes. All right, let's go to the next game. Wow, this is ass spanking. Detroit lost to the Chicago Bulls, 87 to 133. This is a 56-point loss, right? If my math is correct, yeah, it's crazy. So obviously you don't expect anybody playing well on this Detroit team. Sadiq Bey still got his 14 points inefficiently and 1 block. He's okay. Hamidou Diallo, I think it's time to move on, guys. It's time to move on from him. Isaiah Stewart has been playing fairly well. If he's out there on the waiver wire, let's go grab him and have 4 blocks here. He's been blocking a lot of shots. Killian Hayes played 33 minutes, had 4 steals. That's why we're streaming him for assists and steals. He got a few more minutes because I think Corey Joseph was out this game. So he got a few extra minutes. Otherwise, he's just going to be that 27, 28. Not a must roster guy, but you could stream. Kate Cunningham, after that great game, he's just very up and down. That's why, like, if he's playing well, which he did for a little bit before he got COVID, try to trade him for like a top 40 player. 50, 60, I'm not sure about that, but 40, I would absolutely do it. Field goal is an issue, and six turnovers is also an issue. Josh Jackson, 2 steals, yeah. If you're streaming Detroit guys, they still got 2 more games, so you could write it out or you could drop them. But it was a good back-to-back Monday and Tuesday stream for some of those Detroit guys. For the Bulls, if they score 133 points, everybody plays well. DeMar DeRozan, 20 and 12 and 7 with 7 assists, just putting up really good numbers, to be honest. And the free throw efficiency is a little bit off lately. But on the season, these rankings falling off outside the top 20, 30 now. Realistically, probably top 40, 50, to be honest. So if you sold high on him earlier, like to get like a top 20 player, sure, that's great. Nikola Vucevic, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and shot the ball okay. He's been last 2 weeks. Let's see where he's at. Not bad. He's the 23rd ranked player. Not bad. Top 40 player for sure. If you got him for like using a top 60 or top 70 player, really good stuff. Lonzo Ball, man, this guy just put on numbers. 4 threes, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. There's no zeros. You don't see a 0 on Lonzo's stat sheet most nights, anyways. Probably other than the blocks, he's gonna give you a little bit everything. 5 assists is good, and just want to point that out. Like, I want Lonzo to push up to maybe 7 assists, but that's not the case here. Like, they got a couple other guards that would have dish out assists like Zach LaVine. Even Vucevic is a good passer. DeRozan. So playing that system, you just don't expect him to get 7-8 assists. It's not gonna be like a James Harden, right? Which obviously not good for his value, but would you believe in the last 2 weeks where Lonzo is? Well, on the season, my God, he's a 19th ranked player on the season. Why is his ranking so high? Okay. He's making 3.2 threes a game while only scoring 13 points. So like 65% of his points coming from threes. So he takes a lot of threes. And consider he takes this many threes, 42% from the field is okay. I'm going to give him a pass. And he shoots 76% from the free throw line, but he's only going to the line 0.8 times, so that doesn't really impact him that much. And 5.5 rebound is good for a guard. 5.1 assists is decent, but most importantly, 1.9 steals and 0.9 blocks. Those are really helping his value. I mean, 1.9 blocks, 1.9 steals especially. Is he going to be a 2 steals guy the rest of the way? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it's not easy to get average 2 steals, but he could be like easily 1.6. I think 1.5, 1.6 is easy. Top 20, it's honestly a little bit high. If he can, top 30, top 40 is a bit more realistic, but either way, really, really good stuff from Lonzo. Ayo Donsomu played 27 minutes. While Kobe White played 23. Yeah, all the Bulls bench guys, they're not really fantasy relevant at this moment. Kobe White could be if a couple guys were out. All right, let's talk about the next game. The Golden State Warriors lost to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are too good. They're too good. They are too good. I don't know what else to say. They're just too good. They won 10 straight, 4th seed. Like we knew this team. They got the potential. Like even last year, because they got so many good fantasy players coming off the bench too. You got Tyus Jones, you have DeAnthony Melton, right? Those guys were there for a while, and now with the emergence of Desmond Bane this season. All right, let's talk about the Warriors first. Klay Thompson played 20 minutes, 2 threes, 14 points. If Klay Thompson plays well, try to trade him. Do a 2-for-1. He's got good name value, and people may think that he's going to be better, which he's going to be. Like, he's only playing 20 minutes. At some point, he's going to play 25, maybe close to 30. So, obviously, he's going to be, going to put up. He was a plus 17 this game also. But he's going to miss a lot of games. He's going to miss all the back-to-back pretty much automatically. And he's only going to play 25 minutes a night. So, that's just not, like, even on a per-game basis, I think maybe top 70 get player. Top 70. But again, like a lot of his value coming from his threes, and nowadays everybody shoots threes, so that's another issue. But yeah, there's so many things working against Klay Thompson, so I would highly recommend to sell him. If you got him, to sell him to a 2-for-1. If he goes out for 35 points, those are the time. I think those are the trades you should be looking for. Steph Curry 30 minutes. Minutes is super high, but again, pretty bad game from Curry. Continues to be a buy low. If I can use Fred VanVleet for Curry. Fred VanVleet maybe plus a top 100 player to get Curry. That's a trade that I'll be potentially looking to for any like second round players, because Curry has had a pretty bad month. He's been struggling for like the entire month. Kevon Looney played 18. Yeah, not really. But he did have a good game. Andrew Wiggins, with the return of Klay, his usage is gonna come down a bit. He's still a hold, but the usage is expected to calm down a bit. Yeah. Jordan Poole played just 22 minutes. I think we are almost at that point that he becomes droppable. Almost at that point. But Warriors still got 3 games. You could write it out. And then you could drop in or move. Like, it really depends on the situation. Do you love the threes he's making? Like, even in 25 minutes, he could make maybe 2.5 threes. So it's kind of like a better version of, what's his name? Duncan Robinson, or maybe a better version of Jordan Clarkson even, because, sometimes he's more likely to go off for 30 points. And if he's playing well in that game, he's going to get more minutes. So a bunch of things. But for now, it's not looking great. It's not looking great. Otto Porter Jr. got 28 because Draymond Green is out. Played okay, and Gary Payton second played 22 minutes. You could still stream him. The Warriors still got 3 games, so if you got Otto Porter, you got Iguodala, you got a Gary Payton, you could continue writing them out. But with Jordan Poole, they're just going to close games with Curry, Klay, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond, and some other guy. Some nights it could be him. Some nights it could be him. It depends. But he won't be getting consistent 30 minutes like he was beginning of the season. Maybe after a while he would, because the Warriors rotation is kind of weird. Like, you have Otto Porter Jr. playing 20 minutes without Draymond Green, and with Draymond Green back, he could maybe just play 15. or Gary Payton could go back playing 10 minutes as well. So you just don't know. You just don't know how Steve Kerr is gonna, and Andre Iguodala obviously also come and play 21. For the Grizzlies, man, a bunch of beasts on this team. Zaire Williams, you know, with Dylan Brooks out and Steven Adams, he might come in and get a few minutes, but yeah. Now don't worry about him. You want to stream Kyle Anderson. He's been playing fairly well. 3 steals and a block. Defensive specialist. He's been lately. Yeah, in just 25 minutes, I think it's fine. Jerry Jackson Jr., 2 steals and 3 blocks in just 20. He was in foul trouble, but this is still a very good line. You can't really complain. Still a sell high, to be honest. I think Steven Adams missing really helped Jerry Jackson to getting those defensive stats. It could be a coincidence, or it could be, him playing at the center helps him getting more stocks. That kind of makes sense. 2 steals and 3 blocks here. Last 2 weeks, 24th ranked player. If you can get a top 20 player, top 25 even, you absolutely do it. If you can get a Jason Tatum for him. But, they offer obviously different stats. He's a huge shot blocker, which is always going to be useful in fantasy. Desmond Bane did not have the best game, but I think the rest of the way he could be a top 50, 60 player. Really, really good. And Ja Morant took 23 field goals. That's a bit high. 29 points, 8 assists, 2 blocks. Continues to put up great counting numbers. And a lot of people, are holding DeAnthony Melton. That's the thing. Well, he's also in some foul trouble. If he wasn't, he might play 20 minutes. But even with Dylan Brooks out, it's not guaranteed that he's just going to come in and play 20 minutes a night. Some nights, they're going to give those minutes to John Concha, maybe Brandon Clark, maybe Tyus Jones. You just don't know. Right? Brandon Clark, with Steven Adams out, you could continue to stream him. Really good game here, actually. Still in 2 blocks, 14 points, and Tyus Jones chipped in 8 assists and a steal. Tyus Jones, very solid. If Ja Morant is ever out, he's that must-roster player. All right, let's go to the next game. Is the Minnesota Timberwolves losing to the New Orleans Pelicans? That's embarrassing. I thought Timberwolves didn't a nice seed, so shouldn't be losing to Pelicans. But yeah, Ingram hit a 3 in the end. They fought hard. That's okay. I think Edwards, 5 assists, 4 rebound and steal. Good efficiency, 28 points, and hit 6 threes. Good game from him. Jared Vanderbilt, keep it going, man. Brad free throw, yeah, he's not gonna be a great free throw shooter. Don't expect that, but 3 steals here is really good. And he also fouled out in 25 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns, for whatever reason, played 42 minutes. Did this game go to overtime? I don't think this game go to overtime. So that's surprisingly high for Cat. Daz Reed only getting 6. Maybe it is an important game, that's why. And went, uncharacteristically went 7 for 11, so he'll be better than that. Most nights, and 3 steals in the block, also very, very good for Cat. Patrick Beverly came back, played just 21 minutes. Still a hold, had 3 steals and a block in just 21 minutes. And he was horrible, minus 18 those 21 minutes. Maybe that's why Malik Beasley was getting a lot more minutes. But still a hold, while D'Angelo Russell, great game again. A double-double, 10 assists. His assist numbers have been pretty good the past couple games. Everything else is okay. Everything else is okay. And Jaden McDaniels and Malik Beasley both play high minutes. But with all the guys back, don't expect this to happen that often. And even in 30 minutes, Malik Beasley just he did hit 6 threes. So that's really valuable. 18 points. You could still stream him for for threes every once in a while if there's some guys out. But that's all he is. Look at the Pelicans. Herbert Jones didn't have the best game, but if you can package him to do a 2-for-1, that's something I'll be looking to do. Still very, very efficient, no defensive stats, was in some foul trouble, but he had a pretty crazy week last week. I don't expect him to produce at that level. Obviously, nobody should, averaging over 3 steals a game, and scoring 15 points. If you can sell high on him, try it. Package him, do a 2-for-1. Otherwise, just hold. Brandon Ingram played 37 minutes. Really good game, actually. 5 turnovers is not ideal, but efficient everywhere. a steal and a block. He's been very, very bad all year. Also in and out of the lineup. A good bounce back game. Valanciunas not so much. This game versus Cat was in a bit foul trouble, but played just 28 minutes. Guess he can't keep up with Cat. Those are the matchups he's gonna struggle with. A big man who can shoot outside shots and who's also mobile. Cat can also drive, so Valanciunas is gonna have a lot of trouble playing against Cat. So the low minutes might have explained it. Still pulled down 12 rebounds, but nothing else. Josh Hart came back immediately 36 minutes. Sure. The assist every single game. He's going to get you 5 assists. 4-5 assists. Free throw could be an issue with him. Mainly the efficiency could be an issue. But a solid hold while Devontae Graham just put up numbers like this. Numbers that are solid enough, but just makes you want to drop him, right? He's going to give you 13, 14 points a day on night and give you a couple of threes and some assists. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker, he's back. He played 27 minutes. But at this point, until he starts producing, I think it's best for us to just leave him on the waiver wire. All right, let's talk about the last game of the night. This game was ugly for Denver. They blew a 25-point lead. And they only scored 85 points. And this Clippers, obviously, they were still without everybody. Eric Gordon had a huge game. 7 for 7 on the free throw line is actually really impressive for him. In fantasy, great. Just got a hold. But most nights, he's not really doing anything. And the efficiency is bad. But provides solid enough counting stats to compensate the bad efficiencies. Nikola Jokic had an okay game. 21 points, 13. This is just the average Jokic game, For many others, this will be considered impressive. Maybe for other than the top 10 players, this will be an impressive line. But for Jokic, really, it's not really impressive. Austin Rivers didn't hit a shot and missed 2 free throws, 4 for 6 from the line. He's not fantasy relevant. Monty Morris is another guy. It's like Devontae Graham. He's gonna come in, give you 13, 14 points, maybe 12 points. A bit of assists and some threes. Although Monty Morris should have better efficiency than Devontae. Not a must roster. You could definitely stream him. And Facu Campazzo played 28 minutes. Minutes is there, but assist is there, I suppose. Rebound and a block. But he needs to get some defensive stats. Get more defensive stats. But you could always stream him for some assists. He was pretty bad though. He was a minus 19 in 20 minutes. Basically helped them with the comeback. For the LA Clippers, Nicholas Batum started again, had a steal, 5 personal fouls in 26 minutes. He could be a streamer for defensive stats and some threes. Marcus Morris Sr., 12 points, a steal and 2 blocks is good. Good to see him getting some defensive stats, but he should be a very strong hold until Paul George comes back. And also at the same time try to sell him. Amir Coffey played 43 minutes. While Zubac was a minus 20 and Red Jackson was a minus 22, he played 43 minutes and was a plus 6. Had 4 steals. Just huge game from him. He's been getting huge minutes. I just don't think he's got a good fantasy. He doesn't get that many defensive stats. But this game obviously showed he could. So just pick him up and see where things go. And if he continues to play well, try to sell him. Because when Paul George comes back, I doubt he's going to have much minutes. And all the Clipper bench guys, Terrence Mann, Eric Bledsoe, those 2 guys you could stream, but I don't think they're must rosters. Play 27 minutes each. And that's it for all the games, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.